guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you tips for applying to college. I know it's scary and it's like overwhelming and you don't really know what to do or when to do it, so I'm going to give you a few tips on that. I graduated from high school a couple weeks ago. It hasn't even been a month and I'm so excited. Like, it's like just a great feeling to be like, wow, I finished high school, I'm done, but then you got to go to the next step, which is usually college. So I applied in September to a college. I got accepted. I have a roommate. I have everything set, and I'm going there in the fall. So I'm going to share with you a few tips, what I learned along the way, and just like a few major things that you need to get done by certain points in order to make your transition to college the easiest and not be really stressed out and have no clue what you're doing. So the very first thing that you need to do is pick out several schools that you're really interested in. So find a type, if it's a big state school or a small private school or a Christian school or a public university or whatever. You need to go ahead and, like, the beginning of your junior year, have several. You can have like 10, 15, anything. So just narrow it down, maybe size-wise, like if you're looking for a big school or small school, and pick those out and kind of read through like information about them. I know like collegeboard.org has like every college, they have like a page for it, just a lot of information. So read about it. Like, you know, if you read something you're like, oh, I don't like that, or if you already know kind of what you want to major in or an area, make sure that they have that and they have a good program in that, because if you were to want to major in something and then you went to that school and they didn't really have that great of a program, you might end up having to transfer or something, and you really wouldn't want to do that. So at the beginning of your junior year, you should have several schools picked out that you would like to visit, that you possibly would like to go to, and just keep those on a list. And like I said, just read about them online and learn as much as you can about them online before visiting. And you will learn this, colleges will drive you crazy with emails and even with phone calls. They do get a little crazy sometimes with postcards and letters and forms and all of this stuff. In the beginning, when you're applying to schools, you have to give out your email, but they will send you so many. Schools that you've never heard of will send you emails because somehow they get them. The second thing you need to do your junior year is take the SAT or the ACT. Those are the standardized tests that colleges use to accept you based on your scores, and they also give out scholarships generally based on your scores. So I would advise that you take both at least once, because people usually do better either on the SAT or the ACT. The ACT has more English and more science, and then SAT has a lot more math than the ACT. So I would give yourself a chance to take both of them and see which one you do better on, and then look at the schools that you're looking at. See if they have, usually on their website, they'll have like scholarships that they give out based on SAT or ACT scores, and see if you're close to one. And if you are, know that maybe in the next few months you want to take it again to see if you can get that score. Usually the first, or between the first and the second time you take either the SAT or the ACT, your score will go up at least 1 point, well, for the ACT, and for the SAT I think it goes up at least 100 points. My ACT score went up 3 points from the first time I took it to the second time I took it. Because the first time I took it, I was exhausted. I had been on a trip all week, and so it really does matter if you're rested. So your junior year, you need to take at least one of those tests, just to have it done, just in case, you know, you feel like, I don't ever want to do that again. Then you have it done, you don't have to worry about it, because I was taking the ACT up until like April of my senior year, and I hated it. So if you can avoid that, do it, because it is not fun. So the last thing you need to do your junior year is visit one or two schools. I visited one that was close by with a friend of mine that wanted to go there, but I didn't really want to go there. But it's a good idea to go ahead and like visit and kind of see different colleges and kind of different atmospheres. So like this one was really small, and I wouldn't want to go to a school that small, but I was able to see like on campus and how it felt and look in classrooms and things. So it's very important to visit schools, even if they're not one that you're interested in at all, just to kind of get an idea. I would say your junior year you should probably visit at least 2. I visited 3 my junior year. So, just to go ahead and get an idea, and make sure to visit at least one that you're pretty certain you want to go to. That way you can go ahead and get an idea of, do I like this compared to other ones? Do I not like it? I visited one that I was like 98% sure I wanted to go to, and I really thought I was going to like it. And as soon as I got on campus, I hated it. It was so small, I just didn't feel like I would fit in there, and the town that you would go to buy groceries and hang out in was actually a town right by me, and I didn't really realize how close it was. And when I realized that I would be frequenting that town, I was like, no, I want to go further away. I don't want to be pretty much in the same area. But that's also important because I visited another school my senior year that I pretty much decided not to go to based on the town outside of it, because there was nothing. And I think for some people, at least for me, that's kind of important because I don't want to stay on campus the entire time. And depending on how close it is to your house and everything, you need to know, like, would you be going home on the weekends or would you not? And if you're not, make sure that there's stuff to do on campus, because one of the schools I visited to, they said they really didn't have anything on campus on the weekends, which is fine if you're going home and if you live close by, that you can go home and visit friends and stuff. But if you're going to be 4 hours away like I would have been so bored on the weekends there because they didn't have anything to do, and the town outside of it was tiny and there was nothing to do there. So it's important not only to visit the actual campus but also the area around it, because you're going to be visiting that too while you're at school. See if there's any restaurants, because the one school that I visited, there were no restaurants around it. There was like one sub shop and that was it. So that's important too, because you're going to be living there most likely, unless it is a commuter school, in which case these things are a little bit different, because you're going to be going home and you most likely already live in that area. So to sum that part up, at the beginning of your junior year, pick out several schools that you want to go to, research them online, make sure that they look good online, and that they have your major and things like that if you know what you want to do. At the middle of the year, usually, take the ACT or the SAT so you can get a basis of scores. And at the end of the year, or towards the middle, visit a few schools that you maybe would want to go to or wouldn't want to go to, maybe if they're nearby, just so you can get an idea of what college campuses look like. And you can maybe go ahead and visit one that you maybe decide you would like or you wouldn't like, just to go ahead and get through some of them, because it's a lot of traveling and a lot of days taking off of school to go visit colleges. And if you can go ahead and get some of those done your junior year, you'll be very grateful. So now that you made it to your senior year, hopefully, you need to go ahead and still have your list of colleges and start planning the day that you're going to visit. Most colleges have like certain days that they present like everything. They're just like the college days. They all have weird names. But that way you can talk to professors, you can talk to counselors, you can talk to a lot of people there. You can get tours of the campus. A lot of places have things that you can spend the night. They have maybe whole weekends or whatever. Research those days, because that gives you a real idea of what campus life is like. Not that the college is actually like that every day, because a lot of times there's not that much going on. But it gives you a certain idea of the students that are there, because you'll see a lot of them. And so you need to go ahead and get those days on your calendar for the schools that you want to visit, and go ahead and do all that before December, because you should probably apply to all the schools that you're going to by December. Most state universities have a deadline. They have an early deadline usually in October, and then they have a late deadline usually in December. So for state schools where the space is very limited, you have to get those applications in early. So at the beginning of the year, like in August, go ahead and make sure like you know those deadlines of the schools that you want to apply to. Just looking at my notes, you need to get those applications in. So once you apply to the schools that you want to before December, go ahead and start looking for scholarships. There's plenty online that you can apply for. Not that you necessarily will get those, but there are many that you can apply to just randomly. You don't have to have any really criteria. Make sure that you talk to your guidance counselor about the scholarships that your guidance counselor has to fill out information for and things like that. Hopefully you have a good guidance counselor that will help you through this process, because I really didn't. I had a crappy one who just was never at school, and so we kind of all had to figure out on our own, my class and I, but hopefully you have one that will really help you, and you need to make sure that you fill out FAFSA pretty soon. That is the form to apply for state money, meaning that most states give you money to help you go to school if you remain in that state. Pretty much everyone applies for several different ones based on a lot of circumstances in your life and the school that you went to and things like that. You can get different scholarships. So make sure that you fill that out. Like I said, hopefully your guidance counselor will help you with that. So state schools usually have a date that they will tell you of when they will send out acceptance letters. Smaller schools are usually on what's called rolling admission, meaning that as applications come in, they accept them based on scores, not necessarily on space, because usually smaller schools have enough space for all the students that wanted to apply. State schools usually don't, so they actually have to narrow them down. So check on your school's website, on the college's website. They should give you a date. Like I said, if it's a smaller school, they might not actually give you a date. I applied to several small schools, and they didn't actually give me a date. They just sent them out whenever. I got pretty much everything by March or April. So once you get your acceptance letters, hopefully you got accepted to the school that you wanted to, but always apply to more than one school, because just in case you didn't, or if you decide, you were going to one school and last minute, like right before you moved in August, something happened and you wanted to go to a different school, if you already have been accepted, then you can just go. But if you haven't been accepted, you have to go through that process. So make sure that you apply to more than one school, just for your peace of mind. Once you have been accepted, you usually, within a few weeks, one school that I applied to took months, they will send you out a packet, and you have to fill out everything in that packet, like shot records and like safety things, and you have to give permission for your parents to see your grades or not to see your grades, things like that. You have to fill all that out, and you have to either accept or reject their acceptance. So I think it's called confirmation that you're going to that school. I think that's what it's called. So you have to do that, and you have to send that in whether you're going or not. Yeah, so those were my tips for applying to college. Hopefully you found this helpful. College is a big decision. It takes a lot of work. So hopefully you are on your way to finding a school that you love. Make sure you visit just to make sure that you love it, even if you are pretty sure you want to go there like I did, and when you get on campus you really hate it. Make sure you visit those schools, and hopefully you will get accepted to the school of your dreams and have so much fun there. And I thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and you found these tips helpful. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I hope you'll have a great day.